Hi, and welcome to the Yoga NoHo Center in North Hollywood, California. My name is Karen Russell, and we have a beautiful series of fabulous yoga classes that we're offering. But I wanted to make sure that you understand each posture, and we're going to break down each posture so that when you go to take your classes from our amazing teachers, you can always go back to this posture analysis and make sure that you understand the alignment. So alignment's really important, but as you know, yoga is mind, body, spirit. That's what makes this practice beautiful. And even as we go through alignment, your body might be very different than somebody else's body. So we don't focus on the end result of how the posture may look, but certain things of stacking the joints and learning how to correctly align yourself will really make you strong in your practice. So today we have Kristen Carmela, who actually did one of our teacher trainings, and she's a newer teacher, so she's really excited to be here, and she's showing you some of the alignment. We're going to start right now. Kristen is in Sukhasana. Sukhasana, also known as easy pose. So she's sitting on a blanket. If you feel like your hips are really tight, you can even sit up higher on a bolster or a bigger pillow if you have one at home. How do you know if your hips are tight? Well, your knees would be way up. Show them, Kristen. Like the knees would be up like this. And so if that's the case with you, if you sit up on something, the knees will fall down. Now, the traditional Sukhasana is actually, Kristen, show them how the traditional one is crossing at the shins. Yeah, at the shins. More, bring your bottom foot in a little bit more. At the shins, even more, honey. Yeah. So the typical Sukhasana is crossing at the shins. Now, this can be kind of hard for people, so it's okay if they open up their knees a little bit more. And then as we sit in Sukhasana, it's a wonderful posture for you to just take a moment. Maybe you're starting a meditation practice, and this is a great way to sit in the morning, a couple minutes, just to center yourself. So let's talk about what's going on in her alignment. So her sit bones. So sometimes you will hear people say, take the flesh away from your sit bones. So you can pull the flesh away, and this is kind of drawing the inner thigh back, and then you draw down through the sit bones. Now, as soon as you do that, you feel grounded to the earth, and then you draw in through the navel. So you can lift the navel into the spine or lift the frontal hip bones, but maybe not too tight, because right now we're still just relaxing in this pose. You want to have room to breathe. Now the shoulders. Inhale. This is a nice way of getting the shoulders on the back. Inhale, lift the shoulders up to the ears, and then draw the shoulder blades back. So drawing the upper arm back and down. And then the chin. Jaladhara is a bandha. So she's just going to draw the chin in a little bit. This elongates the spine and actually gives energy all the way from your tailbone to the crown of your head. And the hands. So today we're not going to get into any mudras, but what we're going to do is just, you can relax your hands on your thighs facing down. This is the idea that you're being more grounded. Or if you feel like you need more energy, you can lift the palms up. Close the eyes. And as your eyes are closed, we're going to talk about the breathing. This is a perfect place to learn the most basic breath that we use in Hatha yoga, which is our moving yoga, right? It's our forceful yoga that we use a lot of asana. Ujjayi breath work is simply done by breathing in through the nose as you're sipping like through a straw all the way to the back of the throat. Take a pause and then exhale through the nose. And continue to do this. And then there's a slight, your tongue is at the roof of the mouth, and your lips are not squeezed together, but they're gently closed together, right? So there might be a little opening in the lips, that's okay. Now, as you continue to breathe Ujjayi, inhaling deep through the nose, take a pause. Exhale deep through the nose. Take a pause. Now continue to do the Ujjayi breath. Notice Ujjayi breath will heat the body up from the inside out, and it also regulates and calms the nervous system down, which is wonderful as we're going through this practice, right, of moving. What it will do is it will start to sync the mind, the body, the spirit together. And that's what makes yoga very different than any other form of exercise, because mind, body, spirit comes together. And it comes together, it triggers through the breath. As she continues to breathe in and out, also the breath is known as a higher frequency. So as we start breathing, some yogis, some master yogis will say that this is the quality of your breath, right? It starts to be part of who you are, your intuition, your higher self. It's also your own music. The breath becomes the music within. Now, as she continues to breathe Ujjayi, I want you to start to establish what breath, how long is your breath, the quality of the breath can you do without straining, right? So our practice actually gets deeper with how long we can take our breaths. So say a yogi master like H.S. Arun that I had the privilege to study with, who's been teaching 40 years, his breaths are 9, 10, 11 counts in, and then exhale, right? So if you're a newer yogi, you might only count maybe inhale for 5, take your pause, perhaps expand the lungs a little bit more, and then exhale for 5. So in this quality of Ujjayi, we want to also have an even flow of the breath. And as you get more in tune with your body, as you get stronger, your breath will be longer and more consistent. And that's when you know your practice is getting stronger. It's not so much bringing your toes and wrapping them around your head, right? Or doing the best split. It's really that inner body bright that we're talking about. So for a few more breaths, let's just count together with your eyes closed. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Empty out the belly. A few more times on your own, counting to yourself, the even flow. Now there's one more thing about the breath that you can brighten the breath. You can actually use the breath as a tool to actually pinpoint the breath to an area that you physically need. So say if you're in a certain posture, like a hip opener that sometimes is very hard for people, you can start seeing the breath in that area of the body, and it really works. This is the gift of imagination. This is the gift of visualization, seeing the breath. So you can take this Ujjayi breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose, into a certain area of your body. I think that's pretty cool, right? Now, on top of that, what's the quality of the breath? What does it look like? So we have the power to see light over dark. So in your practice, can you see this breath as a white light healing energy into your whole body? So as your eyes are closed, I want you to now see the breath as white light healing energy. So we want to have a full body breath. So breathe from the low belly, the side ribs, the heart, and then perhaps breathe down the back body. See the spine open. Add that quality of visualizing the breath as white, light, pure, healing energy. So now let's add that while your eyes are closed. You're sitting in easy pose, Sukhasana, and start to see that breath come through the whole body as white, light, healing energy. About 4 more breaths. Making sure you find the even flow of the inhalation and exhalation. Finding the pause at the top of the inhalation and exhalation. Seeing the breath as white light healing energy. And now as we're sitting in Sukhasana, we bring it all together. This is a nice way to start your practice. Set an intention for your practice. So we come to the mat, and whatever we do on the mat, we take it off the mat into the world. So now, as you created this strong breath, with your eyes closed, just ask for what you need. And every day can be different, right? Whatever you need. Sometimes you can dedicate your practice to a certain person, or maybe there's something you're working on, and just bring it into your mind, body, and spirit. About 5 more breaths. Now, before you open your eyes, another nice way to start your practice is we're going to bring our hands into prayer pose. Probably the most popular mudra, right? So Anjali mudra, or prayer. Actually, this pose connects the right and left side together. The thumbs are into the heart center. And it's believed that if we could get through to the heart center, through the chakra system, which is the subtle body energy system, that this is the gateway. The heart is the gateway to bliss. That's getting into the higher self. So the thumbs are pointed at the heart, and the fingers are pointed upward. So your fingers are pointed upward. You're bringing together your right and left energy body, physical body. And then from this point, we're going to do an Om. So Aum, A-U-M, has been around for hundreds, thousands of years. But the sound of Om, depending on which history books that you're reading, really is the universal sound of energy. For our modern day yoga practice, it actually brings everybody together in the room. So this is the most famous mantra. So together, as your hands are in prayer, we're going to first just take an easy breath and then exhale. And if you've never done Om before, right? If you've never done it before, don't worry about it. Just listen to it. So it's Aum. So Om represents birth, life, death, and rebirth. So the silent end of Om is really the rebirth. And this brings all of us together in a room, and it also centers yourself. So if you're in a practice with other people, it really brings the energy together. If you're by yourself at home practicing, you'll even be more centered. So let's try it, even though you've never done it before. We'll just try it and do your best Om that you can. So we'll bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra. We'll do a cleansing breath first. Inhale deep. And then exhale, sigh it out. Inhale deeper. And now just slowly open up your eyes and relax the hands on the thighs. So that's a beautiful way to start your practice or start your day. Sitting in Sukhasana, easy pose, and centering yourself with your Ujjayi breath, a simple mantra, Om, and setting your intention.